Kathy, you mentioned that the Arcturians are your guides. So I assume you had some interesting discussions with Vivienne Chauvet on this
Oh,
theme.
yeah, yes. And in fact, I get to interview her for Older EXO coming up in April 12th. I got to meet Vivienne Chauvet at Starworks USA in Nevada. I was an employee of that company, which is no longer in business. But Vivienne and her husband had a booth at the event, and I had 2 healings. And then, of course, I spent time with Peter, her husband, and I just love her work. What's interesting is Arcturus is a star. So there's many different beings that are from Arcturus. I mean, if you read books on it, there's blue beings, there's humanoid beings, there's so many different beings. All I know is that I didn't have a name for these guys until I did. And I didn't need a name I have 4 of them that are always by me. I have Saint Germain on my left, which is where those green books are his books. And then I have a 12th dimensional aspect of myself on my right side that I can pull into my body. So I'm able to vibrate high enough to integrate it. Not full time, but when I can. And that's how I do my readings, is I bring that higher being in. So as far as Arcturians, there's so many different books written. There's a book, Tom Kenyon wrote a great book about them. There's I'm trying to see my bookshelf. There's so many of them, but they're all different. And it's just like, I feel crystals. I make jewelry for fun. And it's like buying a crystal book and having somebody explain what the crystal feels like. I use that when I don't have words, because otherwise it really changes your interaction. The benefit of having these guys with me is they kept me out of trouble. They would tell me, they would know truth from fiction, and they would guide me and say, no, that's not going to work for you. And whenever I followed them, it worked out great for me. So I felt like they kept me safe.
Yeah, very nice. Very
Yes,
nice to have
yeah.
such guidance.
Yes. Well, because a lot of little children have imaginary friends that probably aren't imaginary, that are their guardian angels or their other family members that are not in physical. So I think I don't know if I'm a walk-in. If I almost died when I was 2 weeks old, and there was a pandemic in Cincinnati where I was born, and I was in the hospital, an influenza. And so I made it. So I don't know if they walked in there, or I'm not like Vivienne where I've been up in the spaceship. But I've been told many times where people, 2 major times were with Indigenous people, where they kind of looked all the way through me. One of them said to me something like, you're Arcturian, how are you living here? How are you doing it? So it's like, I don't know.
So you never asked if you were a walk-in?
Well, some people have these things that you can test quiz you can do online, and I've done those and they said yes. But you know what? So much of this, it's a game. It's not.
And you're too young
Better off
to
going
matter.
in
Yes.
and connecting up, and that doesn't have names to me. It has feelings. So I've always been delighted when I can find words at all about any of it, because it's a feeling, you know, when you're aligned with divinity and when you're off.